All right, we're about to dive into a pretty massive shift in how everything gets built. We're talking about the future of computer-aided design, or CAD. And trust me, it's a field that's right on the edge of a huge transformation, all thanks to AI and automation.
I mean, just think about it for a second. That phone in your hand, the skyscraper you see downtown, CAD software is the invisible architect, the silent engineer behind basically everything in our modern world. It's already completely changed the game for how we work.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? We're not just talking about some minor updates here or, slightly faster processors. No, we are talking about a fundamental ground-up shift in how design even happens. So, what is next? What does that next generation of design even look like? Okay, so before we get ahead of ourselves and jump straight into the future, let's just quickly set the stage. I think to really get where we're going, you first have to appreciate the incredible foundation we're already standing on. As it stands today, CAD is the go-to toolkit for millions of professionals out there. It gives them this level of precision, this ability to do complex 3D modeling and simulations that, frankly, was just science fiction not that long ago. So that's our baseline. It's already super powerful, but it's totally ripe for a big evolution. Okay, now for the main event. This is where things start to get really interesting. The single biggest game changer here is artificial intelligence. But maybe not in the way you're thinking. We're not talking about robots taking over. We're talking about a brand new kind of creative partner.
So look, AI in CAD isn't about replacing the designer, not at all. It's about making them better. Just imagine having an assistant that's always on, looking over your shoulder in a good way, and saying, hey, what if we tried this? Or, careful, that part might fail under stress. It can even spit out hundreds of totally viable designs for you to look at. It's like a true co-pilot for creativity.
And when you have that co-pilot, you can really see the massive difference in the workflow. The old way of doing things, it often gets bogged down in all those tedious, repetitive tasks. But this new AI-powered way, it just flips the script. It frees up the designer to do what we humans are actually good at: innovating, solving really tricky problems, and making those crucial, creative calls.
Now, working hand in hand with that AI co-pilot is automation. And if AI is the co-pilot, think of automation as the engine room crew. It's the part that just handles all that grunt work, all the time-consuming manual stuff like drafting, generating models, running basic tests. It just does it with incredible speed and precision. And that lets our engineers focus on tackling way bigger, more complex challenges than they ever could before. So, okay, you've got an AI co-pilot and this super-powered automation crew. What does that actually mean? What new tools are designers actually getting their hands on? This is where it gets really cool.
This right here, this is basically the design toolkit of tomorrow. You've got AI-driven generative design, and we'll dig into that in just a sec. You've got amazing immersive VR and AR for visualizing things. There are cloud platforms that let entire teams work together in real time from anywhere on the globe, seamless connections to 3D printers, and even tools that are built from the ground up to help us design a more sustainable world.
So let's take one of those, generative design. How does that actually work? Well, it's a totally new way of thinking. The designer doesn't start by drawing a solution. Instead, they start by defining the problem. They set the rules, the size, the materials, the forces it has to handle. And then they let the AI go to work. The AI just churns out hundreds, sometimes thousands of optimized solutions. Then, the human expert comes back in, uses their intuition and expertise to pick the best option, refines it, and boom, sends it right off to be manufactured. Or how about this one? An architect isn't just showing you a flat blueprint anymore. No way. They can literally put a VR headset on you, the client, and let you walk through your future home before a single brick has been laid. You can experience the space, see how the light hits, feel the whole flow of the place, and you can make changes right then and there. That is the incredible power of this kind of immersive tech. Okay, let's pull all of this together. I mean, these tools are obviously incredible, but what's the bottom line? What's the ultimate impact? Why does any of this really matter? Well, it pretty much boils down to three huge benefits. Here it is: smarter, faster, and greener. It's smarter because the AI helps us find these brilliant solutions we might never have come up with on our own. It's faster because, like we said, automation is handling all the tedious stuff. And it's greener because these new tools let us optimize for sustainability right from the get-go, cutting down on waste and energy from the very first click. There's this quote that just perfectly sums up this whole shift in thinking. You see, the goal isn't just to create a drawing or a 3D model anymore.
The real goal now is to fundamentally shape entire industries by creating better products and, honestly, a better world through this kind of intelligent design. So, what's the big takeaway here? For every designer, engineer, or architect out there, the crucial point is this. These changes aren't some far-off future thing. They're here now. Getting on board and learning these tools isn't just about staying competitive anymore. It's about actually leading the charge into the next era of design and innovation.
And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on, doesn't it? Are we watching the end of design as we know it? Or are we at the very beginning of its most powerful chapter ever? Is this a story about replacement? Or is it a story about an incredible new partnership where technology just amplifies our uniquely human creativity? That's something the entire industry is going to be figuring out for a long, long time.